giving you a quick review on some tires. So this is my trusty Yeti SB 115. It's a trail bike, but in the summer it's my cross-country race bike. So we have to outfit it with some pretty light tires and kind of get the weight down a little bit so it can be faster in a cross-country setting, right? So I've been riding the Fast Trak, the Specialized Fast Trak in the front, right? So it's great tire. This is the older style at the time of filming here, and you can see like the tight tread block in the middle, and then I would say it's fairly rounded on the outside. Now keep in mind these are 35 millimeter carbon rims, so they might be a little bit wider. So the Fast Trak is on the front. This tire weighs in, it's the control casing in 2.3, so 29 by 2.3, weighs in at about 770 grams. Rolls real well. As far as cornering, it's a little bit sketchy. So yeah, I wouldn't really put a whole lot of confidence in that one. But the rear, I will say, is this is like the back view. This is the Renegade, and this is a 29 by 2.1, and this one is unlisted casing, right? So it's not the control, it's not the S-Works, it is just the unknown casing, which I would say is very, very thin and super narrow, and it's really light. So it's 570 grams was the weight. Great back tire, but I would say it's pretty sketchy. So anyway, I'm going to be getting rid of these old ones because I've raced them once and ridden them a bit, and they're just, they need to go. So anyway, I'm gonna get rid of those, and we're gonna get more in the modern era here with the Fast Trak 2.29 by 2.35. This is the T7 compound, and then the one that'll be in the front, and then the back we'll do the Specialized Renegade, so the same tires, but just a little bit bigger size, 29 by 2.35. So I weighed these. This one was a little bit, it was about 800 grams, and then this one came in, I believe it was at 680 grams. So a little bit more, a little bit heavier, but I think the confidence that it'll give you out there when you're really trying to just struggle through a race, I think it'll be worth it. They both look like they roll pretty well, but anyway, I'll put them on and give you a review and see how they go. So we'll see. All right, so we got them mounted. Here they are side by side. The Fast Trak, this is a T7. That's the T7 compound, so it's like the middle softness compound. It goes T5, T7, then T9, which is the softest, so it's in the middle. But for cross-country tires, they consider T7 the softest they'll go. This one's the T5, which is hard rubber compounds. It's the same throughout. There's no like dual or like 3C type thing. It's just the same throughout. It's the control casing with the S-Works casing. They do have a dual compound. But anyway, I want to give you like a profile here. Now these are on 35 millimeter internal carbon rims, so they're wider. And you can see like this one's pretty rounded. I'm sorry, pretty almost square, and then the Renegade is a little bit more rounded. To give you an idea, and you could figure if you do like a 29 or 30 internal rim, that's going to be even rounder. So hope that gives you an idea. These really remind me of like the Continental Cross King or the Vittoria Barzo, and then these are almost like the Bontrager XR2, or another real like flat, almost like a gravel tire. So so far so good. You know, I was able to mount them with a floor pump. They seem pretty solid. You know, the control casing seems like a great option for cross country. It seems like it's a little bit softer than Maxxis's EXO casing, but firm enough to hold up and give you some confidence. Other things, size-wise. So measuring the casing here comes out to 58, about 59 millimeter, which is 2.32 inch. And if we go to the actual knobs, it's almost a little, because it's a little bit smaller for the Fast Trak. And then the Renegade, 59, we'll call it 60 millimeter wide for the casing, which is 2.36. And these are on super wide rims, so remember that. And then the tread is even smaller, so there's not a whole lot of tread on here. Tread, I would say 56, it's about 2.2. So anyway, gives you an idea. I don't know if it's a fair comparison since these are 35 millimeter rims. So here we go, field test with Specialized Fast Trak on the front, Renegade on the rear. A little winded because we just hit a climb, and it's dry. I'm here in the Northeast in the US. It's in the summertime, so it's dry. These things held up really well. So far, so good. Roll fast. Got up the hill pretty well. A little sketchy on like the side knob support. If it wasn't totally dry, I'd be a little nervous, at least for the Renegade. Up front, these things are fantastic, dry to all-terrain cross-country tire. I think they really hit it here on the revised design. It offers a little bit more support than the previous version on the sides. So it's a little bit beefier on the sides. This is the T7 compound, so a little bit softer, which is cool. You can definitely feel it, which is great. Overall, I think the Fast Trak is a tremendous tire, especially for the value. This tire is pretty cheap compared to other tires in the same market. So far, it holds up really well. As far as the Renegade, it's a bit of a one-trick pony. So if you want to use it as a rear tire for a race, or you just do a lot of like gravel or road-ish riding, it's cool. But for mountain biking for the most part, I don't think so, bro. Anyway, hope that helps, and keep rocking, keep shredding.